So what's good, everybody? It's your boy Eric, aka Elevated. Now, as most of y'all know, I've I've been out of North Dakota now since Sunday night. I slow rolled my trip down to North Carolina, but it just seemed like it's been obstacle after obstacle, and whew, your boy is mentally stressed out. Um, for those that don't know, Tuesday I had crossed the border, you know, and I'm making my way through the Carolinas and stuff. Um, Corey's World went on live, so I stopped at a rest area, chopped it up with her and the rest of the chat, and then all of a sudden it's like once the live was over, I went to leave and my tire blew out. Okay, cool. I had a little bit of cash on me, so was no big deal. It just happened to happen after the shops were closed. Okay, cool. So, um, my first instinct is to get the car off the highway because I don't need to be dealing with no state troopers and they bullshit. Um, got the car off the highway. Wound up finding a tow truck. Towed it to a tire shop. Now to take it back in the story a little bit, while I was on live with Corey, in Corey's live, I should say, I knew that I didn't have enough money to cut my utilities back on. So I had booked a hotel room. Not a hotel, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no money like that. I booked a motel room for 2 nights because I knew my check would be hitting Wednesday night. So Thursday I was gonna leave and, get everything situated. Okay, so back to where we was at. So obviously I didn't make that appointment. I didn't make it to the hotel Tuesday night. Um, I wound up I had to book a different hotel close to where I was at. No problem, because I had hotel points from one of my other traveling job sites or whatever. So I only had to pay the little $50 deposit. Yeah, that came in clutch. But come come Wednesday when I got my tires fixed or whatever, I went, to see if I could check in. I know I lost Wednesday or whatever, but cool. And booking through Priceline, that basically was a dead situation. I was like, I had an appointment. They was like, oh well, you was marked as a no show. I was like, listen, my tire had blew out, this and that. It's like, oh no, well, so I went on Priceline, and for those that don't know, it's non-refundable. So I prepaid 2 nights of a motel room, and I couldn't get my money back. So this place where I booked at, it's pretty damn cheap. Like, it was a Motel 6. It was like 50 something bucks a night. So I booked another night because I needed somewhere to stay until Thursday. So I did that. Um I drove into town Thursday morning, or Thursday afternoon I should say. And I went to go pay my utilities, and first thing they said was like, I said, how much do I need to cut my utilities back on? They said, "Did you get your water leak fixed?" I said, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, you have a water leak, so you have to put $1,000 down, and then the rest will work with you like on a payment plan." So I was like, okay. So, it just so happened I had got my last paycheck from my job. $1,000 all I had. So I went and paid that. And then they told me, the utility place, they was like, you gotta bring us a note from your landlord saying that you still rent from them. It was like you could go get the note first, or you could just make the payment and then come back with the note. So I was like, okay, I'm here. I'll just pay the $1,000. So then I went to go to my landlord, tell him what happened, and then now the landlord don't want to give me the letter so I could take to the utility company. It was like, oh well, we gotta make sure this and that. You didn't leave anything on, do you? I said, no, I didn't leave anything on. It's like, but we don't want to cut the utilities on and damage anything. Mind you, this was Thursday. So I was like, okay, that shit sucked. But they was like, we'll get a plumber out to you. So now it's been over a whole 24 hours. Still no plumber came to the house. And mind you, it's Friday now, so I've been thugging it in the car. And then, once it gets late at night, when the temperature cools off, I could go in the house and whatever, take a nap, get some sleep and whatnot. But yeah, this whole situation is crazy. Like, I don't know if the plumber had got there yet or not. My landlord damn sure ain't called me by now. And with it being Friday, it's looking like I'm still gonna be without power for the whole weekend. I done gave these people the last of my money. Like, this whole shit just been a whole struggle. And it's like I could have just stayed in North Dakota where I was at. If I knew all of this was gonna happen. But in other news, I vlogged the trip back and stuff like that. But without me having good Wi-Fi and only being able to use my cell phone service, them videos I don't know when they'll be able to post. But whatever. I guess we'll look at it as something in the arsenal. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I'll keep everybody posted. I'll catch y'all in the next one.